Hey guys, it's Al with techmadeezy, and many of you have been waiting to see these two compared. The Milwaukee Packout drawer system with the new rolling drawer box, and the toughbuilt StackTech drawer system with the new rolling drawer box. In this video, we are going to do a detailed comparison so you can see the nooks and the crannies on these two to figure out which one should you be in. And maybe you're already in one of them and you just want to see what the competition looks and smells like. So you know what? Let's go ahead and get this party started. All right, guys, real quick, this is what we're going to be covering in this video. So if you want, hit pause, look it over, but we're going to jump right in. I'm going to go over model numbers and pricing. One thing to keep in mind right now, October 2025, the toughbuilt rolling drawer box is not available yet in the States. Hopefully soon. But I'm going to give you a part number, and then we'll continue on with the other items. So the part number on the rolling drawer box for StackTech is TB B1 DR91, right there on the left side of the screen. Now, the single drawer boxes are sold at Lowe's, $119 each. Part number TB B1 D30-1. On the right side, the Milwaukee Packout sold at Home Depot. The rolling drawer box, $249, 4822 8420. Right there on the right side of the screen. Last, the two-drawer system on the top, $159. Part number 4822 8442. Let's move on. A little bit more information, and then we're going to take close looks. So let's talk about weight capacity. Very important. Packout. Basically, the Packout box can handle 250 pounds. That means whatever you have in the drawer and whatever you have on top. So if I had those two drawers on top, whatever I have inside can't go beyond. Now let's talk about the drawer itself. So the rolling drawer can handle a whopping 150 pounds. Very, very impressive, and I think right now probably the highest a rolling drawer box can handle. Now let's talk about StackTech. So again, overall box can handle 250 pounds. Again, that means whatever's in the drawer, whatever's on top, and whatever's in the drawers on top should not surpass 250 pounds. Now, the rolling drawer itself can handle 100 pounds. Not bad, not bad, but Milwaukee gets that extra 50 pounds. That's pretty impressive. Take a moment, get up close and personal. Want to just show you how the drawers work. So, just to kind of see it, Milwaukee's got a nice spot here for your fingers. The drawer's not going to open. There's a latch that's holding. So when you pull this down and you open it up, this latch basically goes on here. So that works really nice. And obviously close that. They do have a locking point. As you can see, I wish it was steel reinforced, but still there is a concern here. I'm going to show you in a little while on this bad design and just based off my opinion. That's all I'm going to say. Now, toughbuilt. So, again, this is grabbing right now. There's nothing in the box. It's grabbing. So it's going to take some force to open the box up. All right, so it will stay closed. Now, what you do have also is you actually have a locking point now. And I'm going to remove the camera, so bear with me. I want to get up close and personal on that and show you the locking mechanism that's down here on the right side. So what happens is, when this is dropped down without a lock in place, and I'm going to show you some of the build quality inside in a moment, but this is not going anywhere now. No chance at all. And you can fit a lock there. So let me go ahead and show you how a lock works on this and how a lock works on this. Very simple. got a nice thick master lock. So if I want to put this on the Milwaukee, no problem whatsoever. I can lock that. Works out really well. I want to put this on the ToughBuilt, push it right in here, locks, no issue whatsoever, right? Now the challenge becomes, one of the concerns I had with the Milwaukee is when you put a box on top and then you want to put a lock on, it's really impossible. So let me show you that real quick. As you can see, I've got my boxes on top, right? Can I access the lock? I can access the lock here, no issue to lock my bottom box. But look at this. I don't know why they did this. I don't know why when they designed this, they didn't put the lock here, but they put it here. So you can't get, like I can't get a lock in here. You see, I just can't get a lock in here without removing the top boxes. It's not going to go on the top. It's not going to go on the bottom. So I have to remove the top boxes. Is that a big deal? Probably not. It depends. It might be for you, right? So I just wanted to point that out. Now let me give Milwaukee some credit. So as you can see here, I can't lock these single drawers. I think there's third-party stuff out there, but no, there's nothing to lock these drawers. Now I don't know if they're going to redesign them and actually come out with a locking system like this. I think they will. And I know they're coming out with boxes. I know they're coming out with a box that's actually like this. It's one box with two drawers and a locking mechanism, but it's not available in the States right now. But Milwaukee has a bar, right, that you can slide in and put away. And when you want to lock these boxes, right, you just push that in, put a lock in there, and you've just locked your drawer box. Now again, it's not steel reinforced, so hopefully Gen 2 will have that, but I wanted to give Milwaukee definitely some credit because even their 3-drawer and their 4-drawer have this system. It's really nice. Now, how do they make these boxes strong enough to hold 100 pounds or 150 pounds, right, in the drawer itself? I'll start off with the StackTech for a minute. So I'm going to move this out of the way, and I want to show you the slides that they have. And the slides are just one part. So if I open this up, and I have to unlatch this. But if you open this up, you'll notice that there's 2 sets of steel slides on both sides. Right? So that's one way they add strength to this box. There's another way I'll show you in a moment. Now, when we look at the Milwaukee, you're going to see, and a lot of people, well, I'm going to say some people are unhappy, is when you open this up, you do not have slides. And if this is sitting on your truck bed and you roll the drawer out, it could actually fall out, believe it or not. There are videos on YouTube showing the drawer falling out. But if you're doing this on even ground, it's not going to be an issue. All right? But some people wanted slides on this box. But what else helps these 2 boxes hold all that weight? Well, let me go ahead and show you the StackTech. So what they did on the bottom of the box is they actually have one wheel. This wheel right here, it's going to be a little hard to see. We're going to look at the bottom of these boxes. But this has one wheel right here in the center that actually helps hold that weight. And again, we're going to take a look at the bottom of these boxes in a little while. But you've got obviously the 4 slides, 2 on each side. And you've got this wheel that really help hold that 100 pounds. Let's check out the Milwaukee. So let me just tell you right up front, you've got 6 wheels supporting the actual drawer. I'm not talking about these wheels because that would be 8. So you've got 6 wheels. You've got 1, 2 right here in the front. You've got 2 more on the box itself in the back. I'll show you that. And then you've got 2 wheels built in to the actual housing, one here and one on the other side, that actually helps the box roll right in with no issue. You know, so we're going to turn these upside down and really take a close look. You got to see this. I put the drawer on the side so you could see it. But as you could see, it does kind of come out, which some people are concerned about. Again, has that caused anyone issues? I'm not sure. But here are the front wheels we just looked at. Here are the back wheels that are built in. And again, there are tracks for these wheels. So when these slide in, these go in this track. These actually go in this track. And then you actually have one wheel here and one wheel here. So you have 6 additional wheels supporting the weight in this box. I think they did a really good job. So this is the dangle people are talking about. And there were 1 or 2 YouTubers that were able to get this to actually come out. Now mine hasn't come out yet. I haven't put a ton of tools in it yet. I don't have a truck bed anymore. But this was the concern, basically. Let's take a look at the bottom of the boxes for a minute, you know, because this really matters, just so you'll know. It actually adds to the strength of the box. So it's the wheels, it's basically the way they design the boxes. So you could see here that Milwaukee did a good job. They've got a bar here. They've got some ridges here. This all adds to the strength of the box. You've got, this is kind of a hard plastic if you were putting this on a customer's floor. It's not a rubber, but still, just wanted to point that out. All right. And then look at the ToughBuilt. So again, a lot of good nook and crannies that are going to really make it so that this box can handle the weight, right? That 250 pounds that the box and the wheels and the axles have to support. So both of these are 250 pounds. Now let's take a look at the wheel and open the drawer up for the ToughBuilt. Now before I look at the bottom of the rolling drawer, I wanted to show you kind of how this locking mechanism works. It has a 3-point locking system. So what happens is when you actually pull this down, you could see here it's got 1 point, 2 and 3, right? You've got 1, 2 and 3. And when you pull this down, they actually go into the grooves over here and they lock right up against the drawer. And it is impossible to open up, by the way. So again, really nice add-on and update to this box. Now let's look at the drawer itself. I took the handle off and I said, you know what, let me just turn this box upside down so you can see. So as we pull out the drawer, you have a wheel that looks like it can be replaced if it does break. So, you know, just you've got a couple of screws there. It is a solid plastic wheel. Again, more of that strength building on the bottom of the box. But, you know, it basically sits right there. And that helps support the weight. I mean, Milwaukee's got 6 wheels. I mean, it's pretty crazy. But don't forget, I mean, we've got the slides. And a lot of people want these slides. You know, they just want these slides. But Milwaukee seemed to do a good job, so I'm not taking any credit away from that. I did want to put the Milwaukee box on the bottom too, again, so you can see. You know, again, this is really thick and beefy. So again, good strength, wheels, 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 right? Wheels, wheels. I like that, I'll tell you. So guys, I'm going to stop for a minute and ask you to do a couple of things. Why this is not a sponsored video. We went out and purchased every single thing. So a couple things. Number one, if you could stop for a minute and give us a thumbs up. If it helped you, I'd appreciate it. Number two, at a certain point, YouTube is going to have a button on the bottom. It says hype. And if you can hit that button, our video actually gets shown to more people because we're still a small channel. Also, share our video and subscribe if you could. Again, only if we deserve it. But again, not sponsored. Let's continue. Let's go ahead and show you the dividers that you get. Milwaukee definitely gives you more dividers, but let's take a look. Now, I personally will not be using dividers. I mean, I guess at one point maybe I might need it, but I like having all the space. So as you can see here, and we're going to put tools in these later. I've got 2 large dividers that lock in place. I could pull these guys out if I need to, keep one in there. But 2 spots for dividers on the StackTech. Now, Milwaukee they give you a tray, so that's pretty helpful. And then you get 6 small dividers and 2 large dividers. And, you know, again, I could put them on this side. You know, I can, obviously, you can only put 3 on each side, but still a nice large room. Take these out. You could see them. But these guys actually hold Packout accessories. And I will be showing you that a little later. I'm going to do a small demo on accessories, because again, the video gets to be too long. But take these out, and again, nice size drawers. Let me go ahead and give you some measurements. We're going to do the exterior first, and then we'll do the drawers after. Let's start off with the depth. That's the front to the back of the box. So the Packout is 19¼ inches in depth, and the StackTech is 19.8 inches in depth. As far as width is concerned, the Packout is 24 inches in width, and the StackTech is 22.8 inches in width. Now, when we look at these boxes with the handles, right, if they're fully extended, the Packout is 43¼ inches in height with the handle up, and the StackTech is 44 inches in height with the handle up. So just a drop taller there. But now, when we drop the handle down, let's check out the measurements. Now, with the handles dropped down, the StackTech is 26.1 inches, 26.1 inches with the handle down. Now the Milwaukee, the handle doesn't come out. It drops below the top of the box. So that was kind of a nice design, but you're looking at 19¾ inches in height. Now, here's where the StackTech shines, because when you remove the handle, let me show you this, and you'll see the measurement. As you can see, with the handle removed, the StackTech is actually lower than the Milwaukee, and we're looking at 18.8 inches versus 19¾ inches. Now, I lowered my camera as much as I could, but again, total height, handles removed or dropped, StackTech 18.8 inches, Packout 19¾ inches. Spending a little more time with the handles, again, the Milwaukee handle does not come out, which is fine. It's right underneath the actual box itself. Now, you've got some nice rubber here. First of all, here's your button that you hit. It'll bring the handle all the way up. So, not bad. You've got a hole here. I guess you can put some tube or something in there. Someone told me once. But that's how that works. Now, StackTech. So no rubber. Actually, I don't know if this is rubber. It feels like rubber. It really does. Down here, feels like this is plastic. This is a piece of rubber. It's a flat piece of rubber. Try to get you a good look at that. But this is actually, you know, it feels like it's not going to be slippery, which is going to be helpful. And again, here's the way it looks in the back. You've got your step for your foot. Step for your foot. And then again, kick this up. Go all the way up. You could see here, comparing these two. This is a little thicker. It's a little thicker than this, just a little. Actually, a little bit more than a little. All right. I think also a little bit thicker this way, right, as far as thickness is concerned. A little bit thin on this side. Okay, do the job. They do the job, right? Now, how does the StackTech handle come out? Actually, really easy. So all you do, latch, latch. Easy. Huh? Take your foot, pull your handle out, and you're done, right? and you're done. So pretty simple. And again, you look at the, you save some height, right? Again, under your tonneau cover, if that makes the difference for you. So another thing that concerns some people is as you stack boxes up, can your fingers get pinched depending on how the handle's positioned, right? Now, I'm going to lower this for a minute, and I'll tell you why. Because I want you to see ultimately the space that you have for your handle, for your hands. And this is not bad. This is a nice indent as you move this box around. How close does it get to your finger? So really nice job there for Milwaukee. And let's look at StackTech. So I'm going to lower the handle enough. And again, really nice, right? Definitely a little bit of play, but a real nice indent so that you don't get that finger pinching going on while you're rocking and rolling, moving your boxes around, because you've got some room here to put another box, right? You've got some room here. You've got some room to be able to put another box on top, a radio, whatever it is, all these accessories they sell. So I think they did a good job as far as kind of tilting these handles back so you don't get pinched. Now, another thing that can come in handy is handles, right? Now, again, you can see here that they've got some really nice handles. These are really stiff handles on the rolling box. Same here. You've got one on each side. Really good, beefy handles. Now, this one, a little slippery, but you can get a good grip in there. This one's got some grip, some rubber. So, now, as you can see here on the two drawer, your handle's down here, by the way. This is pretty much where you're grabbing this if you need to. But whether you're buying the single drawers or the new drawer that's got two, actually the three drawer that they actually have out has handles on the sides. So I like that. Again, all of this helps. It just depends on how heavy they are. Do you need help? So, something to think about. Now, another thing I'm going to show a little more later on is the accessories and how they work. All right? And they both use their corners for accessories, which is pretty interesting. But I wanted to talk about corners. I mean, these are armor steel powder-coated corners on the actual, StackTech. These are aluminum, I mean, you've got some room here, and that's because some accessories will grab on. But these are aluminum. I would definitely give it to StackTech for, using steel in the corners if these boxes drop. I think if this drops, depending, this can bend in. I mean, that's just me in my opinion. And you've got, obviously, ones on the back here, on the bottom. You've got them in the back here. And then you still have them also on the rolling as well as in the other corners. And again, they have their accessories as well. We're going to show the accessories later on. So now I want to show you how these boxes latch on and latch off. And you make the decision on what's easy for you. Let's start off with the Packout. So the Packout, you just have to grab the box, lay it on top. You'll find a groove, and then you'll push in. Now, there's no tools in the boxes, so they're nice and light. This has a couple of tools, no big deal. All right, but you can see it's in. Want to take it out? Pull this lever up right here. So if I pull the lever up, grab the box, I can now remove the box. Now, one thing you can't do with the Milwaukee that you can do with the StackTech is you can't, and I don't know why you would want to, but you couldn't actually put one box one way, one box another. It won't latch on. So even though it tries to grab, it won't work. It's based off the design. You see how the design is made to push back and lock? So that won't work. All right. Now, ToughBuilt, take your box. I've got tools in here. Put it on top, and it's locked. That's it. Slide on. This shows it's locked, and it's locked. I want to take this off, unlock it, and grab it. I'm done. All right. So really nice. Now, if I want to take this box for whatever reason and put it this way, I can actually do that. I can put the drawer on this side. And again, I'm just showing you that the way they designed the boxes, you could do that. And then I would obviously unlock that and pull out, and I'm ready to go. To me, they have the easiest lock and unlocking system. That's my opinion. I feel you just saw what I did. Definitely takes a little more work, but listen, they've been around a long time. They've got a ton of accessories, a ton of boxes. They have a cabinet box. It's a lot of nice stuff, but I wanted to show you that. Take a look at the wheels real quick. Both just good old wheels. These are both 9-inch wheels. They are not rubber, but they're plastic. And you can see the design that Milwaukee went with and the design that ToughBuilt went with. So, very similar wheels. Maybe a drop wider here from what I can see. But, you've got some structure here. You've got structure here. So, this is a thicker piece of plastic. It feels like it has some give, just like this does, by the way. So, you've got your structure. If you look at the back of the wheel, you could see you've got structure. And again, same thing, looking at the Milwaukee. So, good old wheels, 9-inch all-terrain wheels. All right, real quick, I'm going to pull up some video on weight on these boxes. So let's start off, obviously, with Milwaukee. And as you can see, there's your weight. And now let's bring up ToughBuilt and see what the weight looks like there. So let's go ahead and cover some accessories. I'll start off with Milwaukee, and then I'll show you some ToughBuilt. So here's the Milwaukee. Now, as you can see on the side, they actually make a battery holder. They make a lot of accessories that actually snap right in, and then if you want to take these off, just push these knobs down and these come out. So it actually locks into place like that. And they make M18 battery holders, and they make other accessories, right? Now, what's cool about the Milwaukee box that I like is a couple of things. So you can actually put accessories on the inside of the box. So let me show you. So you see the holes they have here on the box, right? So I can take this and throw it right in here, and I can store it there. I can even store it on the right side, which is cool, right? So that's really good. But guess what? You can do something else. As you can see on the dividers themselves, and you get two of them, you can put accessories on them. You can take them out, whatever you need to do, throw them back inside. I love that. Now, another accessory that they sell is called a long tool holder. As you can see, you can put your tools in, and then they've got some rubber to actually hold them in place. The rubber actually moves to kind of hold the tool in place. Now, this doesn't block the wheel, by the way. You can put it down, you can make the adjustment yourself so it doesn't block the wheel. As you can see, I pushed it down pretty, down as far as I wanted. I've lifted this up, but it doesn't interfere with the wheel. So, nice tool. And let's take a look at ToughBuilt for a moment. So here is ToughBuilt's long tool holder. It takes up a corner. It snaps right into the accessory rails. I'll show you that. Now, what I like about this is if you need to bring another tool, you can put another set on another edge of the box. So I like that. And I also like that these don't actually need to be screwed in any way. So let me just show you something. On the Milwaukee, in order to use this accessory, I actually have to screw these in, one on each side. And the same thing down here. I'd have to screw this in and screw this in. Again, if you're going to use it and keep it on the box, no big deal. But if you're going to be swapping out, that's a little work there. But I'll show you how these pop in and pop off. So to take this off, I push up from the bottom, and this is a grabbing system that they have. So I put it on, and it locks in place. Same thing on the bottom, right? Very easy. Again, steel. So put it on, push it down, done. Easy to put on, easy to take off. So just wanted to compare those two. Now, ToughBuilt does make an accessory rail. It slides on to the sides of the boxes. It actually locks in from the front and the back. So it's got clips here and it's got clips there. And then these are accessories that you can buy. So for instance, if I wanted to take this bag with my tools and put it on top, you just drop it and it locks in place. It won't go off unless you actually push it yellow in to remove your tool bag. See, there's an actual piece there that locks in, and they call that clip tech. But nice that they have rails that you can put accessories on also. Now real quick, I'm going to put 2 videos up on the screen. I did a couple of videos not only on accessories but also comparing boxes. So I'll put the images up on the screen. I'll put the links in the video description if you want to check those out. Now let's put some tools in these boxes, and again, just kind of see how they fit, right? We've got the 2nd gen rear handle. We've got a couple of beefy tools here. We've got batteries, got a little bit of M12, mostly M18. But, let's see what this looks like. Let's start off with Milwaukee. Crack this all the way open. What I'll probably do, since I was pretty good with shapes and sizes when I was young, is I'll start off putting some batteries in the corner here. So, as I know I won't be needing that space right now. So I've got that there. Let me take this guy, put it there. Now I'm going to take the 2nd gen rear handle. I'll throw that in. All right, so look at that extra room, huh? You see that? It's nice. Let's take this big boy. Again, no problem at all so far. Take this guy and goes there, no problem. Take this guy, again, still no problem, guys, plenty of room. All right, put a flashlight here. I need a battery charger, right? Battery chargers in there. Oh, and by the way, the rear handle had that big fuel battery, that 12 amp hour battery in it. There you go. And then this is handy. I'll tell you, these M12 is pretty handy. So it all fit in. Will it fit into the ToughBuilt? That's the question. But it all fit in with room to spare. Let me just tell you, right? You've still got more room, that you could use. 100%. Definitely really nice. So, good job. Here we are with the ToughBuilt. We got this stuff, and of course we got that big boy. So let's crack this open and see if we can do the same thing. I'll go ahead and put some batteries. Now the thing that's interesting about this too is I don't really have so much of a hump inside. You know, I think the Milwaukee has some humps. So you got the front wheel humps. Okay. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at everything, right? So, all right, 1, 2, put another battery. So I got 3. I'll put this here. Now, let's take the big rear handle. Good deal. No, doesn't hit. You don't have as much height. It fits nice, no issues with that in there. Let's take this big guy, right? I'm trying to make sure I did everything very similar. So that's in there, no issues. The space I have on the bottom, I can probably take this guy, put it down there, no issues. Charger, put the charger right here in the corner. All right, this small guy right there, flashlight right there, another battery right there, and let me see, because I put this last. All right, yeah, oh wow, it all fit, every nook and cranny, you know. So you have a little more height on the Milwaukee box, but I mean, look at that. Now, you know, again, got a little more room here, you know, definitely more room for smaller stuff. Milwaukee, I don't know, it seems a little bigger, but I mean, think about it. You know, this is 100-pound capacity on the drawer. This is 150-pound capacity on the drawer. So, you know, you saw it, right? I did the close-ups of the wheels on the bottom, the structure, so you could really look at what these boxes are really made of. And I'm impressed. Couple more things beforehand. So as far as IP rating, none of these have an IP rating because they're drawers and you can't put a ring around the drawers. Maybe that'll change in the future. Where are these boxes made? Well, the rolling drawer boxes for Milwaukee and for ToughBuilt are both made in China. Warranty, they both have a limited lifetime warranty. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching our video. I sure hope you found it helpful. And if you did, give us a thumbs up. We'd appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and put our social media up on top if you want to follow us. And you'll be able to subscribe to our channel by clicking this round Tech Made Easy logo. Guys, thank you so much and have a wonderful day.